Good evening to everyone out of Kickstarter. How are you doing? Good evening. Hope you're doing well. This is Roger, and I have to give thanks in a moment, but I've got 3 words for you. Minis, minis, and damn, more minis. How are you guys doing? And this guy will not stay up. First of all, I've been trying to put him up all night, and he keeps falling. Anyway, to my backers that I have, I wanted to say thank you very much. I'm very grateful what you guys did. You just saw this crazy game and you started pledging, and I don't care if it was $1, $100, or $1,000. I really appreciate you trusting me with this, and hopefully I'm coming across as very genuine and from the heart with Dungeon Crusade. Thank you. And to anyone else coming in, I welcome you. Thank you. Okay, this has been bugging me for days now, and it's about minis. And I think if you read about me, I'm very honest to the point, and I just kind of speak my mind. And sometimes, look, he fell again. And sometimes people say, why are you divulging all that information? Because I have nothing to hide. I'm an honest guy about this, so I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to let him fall. That was going to be a guardian. Okay, here's what's going on. The miniatures, as you know before, if you watched, I had the Reaper miniatures. Ed, the president of Reaper Miniatures, awesome guy, he sent me all of the miniatures, almost all of them, that would comprise a base set of Dungeon Crusade. And the problem is, I have emails from them. They quoted me a price, and to be honest with you guys, to realistically pack Reaper miniatures in here, I'll pick up a few while I'm talking. As you can see, they're incredibly detailed sculpts. It would have been $58,000 to $65,000, and this is with a discount. And people ask, well, can't you do it with less minis? And no. And I'm going to explain when I get to the D&D figures. I'm going to explain about the hierarchy of monsters. I can better show it than explain it. So that alone would have had my goal at about $160,000, and I would have had to sell a copy of Dungeon Crusade for like $200. And again, I think you see, I'm not trying to get rich off this. I want to make this board game. I want to make expansions. I want your guys' ideas. I want to continue this. Ed was very nice to send these, but I have something at the end of the road that I want to talk to you about, and it's about trying to get minis for this game. So that was actually going to be allured right there. These were some of the heroes I was showing you. There's an orc guy. Incredible work they do. I can imagine these things painted. This is what I wanted to have in the box for you guys. Real big, chunky miniatures. These guys are big, and these dungeon tiles are going to be 6 by 6. But I haven't heard from Reaper. I've been trying to get hold of them. They may be busy. So again, I wanted to show you these. This is what Ed sent me. So then another thing about miniatures was I was going to try to have Panda GM make me miniatures. Well, then I have to find a 3D sculptor. Well, first of all, a 2D artist that's going to, do the concept, and then a 3D sculptor to make them. So that would jack up the price. And so that led me to, I designed these tonight, and I borrowed some art to show you, okay? For right now, this is kind of what I'm thinking, and I'm going to, take these things apart and kind of tell you, not take them apart, but show you. Right now, this is kind of what I'm thinking that would be in Dungeon Crusade, but let me elaborate. This is, again, not my original art, and I'm down a 2D artist. Any of you guys know a 2D artist that would like to work on Dungeon Crusade? Send them my way. And I'm going for, again, like a late 70s, early 80s retro kind of look, Hero Quest. Just that kind of vibe with kind of a modern twist. These guys are hard to stay up to. They need to be put on bases. So let me describe to you what I'm thinking. If of course, with the base unit, you're going to have cardboard minis. But I don't know. It's I love these miniatures, okay? But there's no definition, unless you paint them. I'm terrible at painting. I'm going to guess a lot of you guys aren't. You're probably better than me at it. Again, if you painted these things would look incredible, no doubt. But I wanted something that looks good out of the box, where you could just have a good time with it. Call me crazy, but these cardboard minis, I think there's a charm to them. Even battling, I don't think it's that bad. And plus, I mean, look at the tiles and like how the 3D walls kind of come up. I think this adds a nice flair to the game. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But let me describe what I'm thinking for the Dungeon Crusade ones. Kind of like this guy right here. I think he's actually, if you look at the that Pathfinder series, this is one of the ones from there. But I was talking to my production manager at Panda who's doing the printing. I would either have rounded edges like this. I mean, I carved all this stuff tonight and made it. Or he said they could actually trace around the body, not like if there was like a weapon sticking out because it would break. But I'm thinking like a nice rounded top. And notice I have like that brick wall in the back. And I think that adds a nice depth to it when you see it. It's very hard to see in this light. But, and plus you notice these guys are standing like they're Hollister models. I would have like a warrior, like he's about to attack, a real aggressive stance on them. So I wouldn't have them standing, I don't know if I thought of that, like an Abercrombie Fitch model. They would be in poses on here like they're going to attack. And the same with the monsters also. And like for the Guardians we talked about, I would have like a little bit bigger ones. Not necessarily, maybe a little bit wider, but taller, to signify what they are. But going back to this, I made these fairly thick. But they would be, like that thick cardboard stock. And they would have, like, again, kind of a look like this. Maybe more vibrant, more colorful. And the bases, that would be the important thing. And I'm going to explain this over here. With Dungeon Crusade, there's multiple. Like, there's going to be 3 skeleton warriors. And the bases would be like, there would be a white, red, and black. And that way you can signify who's taking damage, so you can assign it. So this is kind of what I'm thinking, because I would love to have painted minis. Let me explain the hierarchy of monsters here, because I can better explain it now. Again, there's minions, champions, guardians, and lords. So in a base set right now, again, if we're going with these kind of things, there would be level 1, level 2, and level 3. So like a level 1 would consist of 12 figures, 3 zombies, and these are ghouls, 3 wraiths, and 3 of these hypnotic spirits. But they would be different for the game. And then like that would comprise level 1. And then level 2 would be, the same thing, 12 more, and they'd all have their own class. And notice I have them color-coded. That's why it's important, if we started to do a pan, to have those, to have colored bases, so you would have red, white, and black, so you could signify who's taking damage. So that would, there would be 12 in level 2, and then level 3, and again, these are going to ramp up. In my next video, you're going to see the level 2 and 3s and some of their tactics and that. So there would be level 3s, 12 of them. And then champions, there would be a champion for level 1, level 2, and level 3, and then 3 guardians. Level 1, level 2, level 3, and then finally the Lord. So what I'm thinking is this, is that, say I made like, for level 1, skeleton warrior, like a skeleton warrior one. And then maybe like an orc archer, where maybe I could find some cheap minis in a certain line, I guess I don't know if I should say, and you could buy those. So you would have your retro ones, and then you could go to another company that were fairly cheap and buy these. And then you could have your card already, and you could have painted minis from another company. Or you could get these, a skeleton warrior from Reaper, paint them, and you would have your minis, from them. So what I'm saying is I could make basic monster archetypes, like a dark priest, skeleton warrior, hypnotic ghost, and then you guys could choose which models you would want to do. You could get pre-painted ones, that are fairly cheap, use those, or go with those, and then paint them or just use them like this. I really like these, but to me, it's all white, and I want it to be, I don't know, just me. I like a lot of detail to stuff. And these, I don't know, there's a certain charm to these cardboard miniatures. I like them. But again, this is just a concept art, it would look a little bit different, maybe more cut out, but I like the brick wall on the back, kind of adds with a dungeon. So guys, that's what I wanted to show you tonight. Again, I'm hard at work doing some stuff. I've just got a lot on my plate right now. So I'm going to upload this to Kickstarter and YouTube. Again, to my backers, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm hard at work at this, and hopefully if it goes through, I'm going to deliver you an awesome dungeon crawl game. And one thing too, if I do go with the cardboard minis, I can add more. There's more content I can add. Okay guys, thank you again, and I will be in touch in the next few days with more stuff. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.